2009.
Didn't you hear that? He was gay. Keep it real.
Ross, I'm not gonna say I heard that.
Yeah, but it's true.
That.
But it's the truth.
How do you know that's the truth?
He's gay. The world knows he's gay. But more importantly, it's the truth that you heard he was gay. Because everybody in the room said they heard he was gay.
Did they?
So I know you heard it.
He'll pay somebody $100,000 to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
You can't take back what your butthole received.
Ross take a shot at you a couple weeks ago about a girl that you're not even with no more.
We wearing Travis Scott's all week.
Girl. What is it with you and Ross that's just been going on for so long?
Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets covered further. I get covered across the board. They get covered on the hip hop blog. It is what it is. And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You'll just see it happen periodically as it goes. You know, you see that big white elephant? That property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclubs. He's in the nightclubs. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why are you out there cutting your own grass? You're trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with cutting your grass. Like the slippery soap. Thank you.
Yo, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself, so.
Man, hold up, wait a minute. You ain't gonna act like you didn't saw that, man. You ain't gonna act like you don't saw Rick Ross flexing his chest to make Diddy saw that shit and, you know, doing that lip type of dance, you know.
On Carisha roof of the truck. He made it happen. I'm proud of you.
Only for slippery soap.
That's right.
For real. I'm proud of my brother, for real. I was saying like how he had the car show, he pulled up on me.
Pulled it off.
And I got to use his products. And we was like, you know, let's have a, you know, an act of love. Because washing the car, most hustlers don't wash a car.
Not no
a lot of cats got ego.
They got you feel like you too big for
Yeah, they got shame in their game. We don't have no shame in our game. We gonna get to this money. We gonna wash the car. We gonna go door to door. Ain't nothing stopping this. Ain't nothing stopping this. We want it all.
Puffy just gave me $1 million after I was just taking pictures with this shit everywhere.
What's the rock?
For over a year.
Oh
yeah.
shit, that's pretty
no
dope.
contract, no shit like that.
Just as a thank you.
Yeah, just on some love. So
Do you look at them
You mean like Rose? Jack and Freeway Ricky Ho exists.
Rose ain't on the list, man. Goddamn, you gonna throw Rose catch a stray?
He can put it on there. He can put it on there.
Okay. Yeah, like you know, Rose.
That folded over bitch.
You know, he gets inspired by what someone else.
Yeah, he
someone
was so
else
inspired. He pretended to be that nigga until somebody called him on his fake ass G, and then he went running around looking like a Buddha with his shirt off, beating on little bitches, singing about "Pass Me the Sage." I don't get it. They own fucking Rick Ross too. You, Rose, you folded over. You still paying the gangster disciples. I know because one of them's related to me. You still paying. You still paying, ho. God did. Fuck you too, Khaled. I'm gonna tell you what God's about to do. He about to clean all y'all up. And he sent me. I'm the messenger. My name is Jonah. He told me to go to Nineveh.
What up? How you listening? Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. Alright? I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. Can you reach out yet? Nah, Bob. He ghosting. Hey, this motherfucker doing. He thinks sweet now because I'm in here. It's all good. You about to get out on bail. Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh. About all these lawsuits though, Pablo. Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. But the money hungry.
The Rose, the fake Rick Ross. Cause I know the real Rick Ross. Like what kind of grown man
who was a prison guard, comes out to pretend to be a real gangster and then still tries to hold the name while the actual man is living in the world.
Another one.
Chain swinging on me every time I walk through. Black tees, bodyguards for your lawsuits. At the office, bitches walking through in costumes. Oak 1-6 clips in the carpool. Real bosses get money and we never beat. We drop a bag and we let the killers clear the streets. I'm talking money, we could bust that down at Budokan. I know the chef, I got them cooking up, they 2 for 1.
Rick Ross never thought it would come to this. Standing in front of a packed courtroom, cameras flashing, lawyers whispering, and his own heart pounding in his chest, he knew he couldn't stay silent any longer. What he experienced at Diddy's private party had shaken him to his core, and now it was finally time to tell the truth. It all started with an invitation, one of those elite, behind-closed-doors events Diddy was known for, the kind of party where the biggest names in the industry gathered out of the public eye. Ross had been to a few before. They always felt a little off. But in the music industry, you learn to keep your head down, shake hands, smile for the cameras, and keep it moving. But that night was different. That night, Diddy crossed a line no one should ever cross. Ross arrived in his usual style, designer suit, fresh shades, commanding presence. But the second he stepped into the mansion, something felt wrong. The music was loud, the crowd buzzing, but there was tension under the surface. Guests weren't just partying, they were watching each other. Security was tighter than usual. The staff looked nervous. And Diddy? He was trying too hard to look calm. Almost immediately, a drink was handed to Ross. He hadn't asked for one. "This is from the boss," the staffer said with a forced smile. Ross looked at the glass. The color was off. The smell was strange. Something deep inside told him not to drink it. He pretended to take a phone call, slipped away, and watched from the shadows. That's when he saw it. Diddy nodding at his team, pointing towards certain guests. Another artist was handed the exact same drink Ross had just refused. 10 minutes later, that artist could barely stand. Slurring, stumbling, his eyes glazed. People laughed it off, saying he was just too lit. But Ross knew better. He tried to leave quietly, but before he could reach the exit, Diddy cornered him, calm, smiling, too calm. "Why didn't you finish your drink?" Diddy asked. Ross stayed silent. Diddy leaned in and said quietly, "You'll feel better once you loosen up, boss." And that was it. That was the moment Rick Ross knew something was dangerously wrong. After that night, everything changed. Diddy stopped calling. Industry invites stopped coming. Ross was quietly frozen out of certain circles, and whispers about him started spreading. People called him paranoid, but Ross knew the truth. And it wasn't just about a drink. It wasn't just about a party. It was about power, about control. For years, Ross stayed quiet. He focused on building his empire, making music, moving forward. But the whispers never stopped. And then, other artists started sharing their stories. Young artists told Ross about their own nights at Diddy's house, memory gaps, blackouts, waking up not knowing what had happened. Some said they never worked again after those parties. Some simply disappeared from the spotlight altogether. Then came the lawsuits, the raids, the investigations, the FBI knocking on Diddy's door, former assistants flipping, artists speaking out, and that's when Ross knew. He couldn't stay silent any longer. He voluntarily reached out to federal authorities. He sat down with agents and told them everything, from the moment he walked into that party to the moment he realized what had been slipped into his drink. He gave them details, the layout, the staff, the routine. He gave them names. And this time, he wasn't afraid. Because it wasn't about one night anymore. It was about a pattern, a network of manipulation and silence. When the news broke, it hit like a bomb. Rick Ross testifies against Diddy. Headlines exploded, blogs lit up, social media went crazy. Diddy's team scrambled to spin it, saying Ross was Biddy. They're jealous, attention-seeking, but the public wasn't buying it. Not with the growing mountain of evidence, not with other witnesses backing Ross's claims. A former security guard confirmed he saw the exact glass Ross was handed, and he knew it had been tampered with. And then came the footage. Grainy black and white security camera footage from inside Diddy's mansion. It showed Diddy giving quiet instructions to staff. It showed him pointing at specific guests, whispering orders. And one clip showed another artist being carried out of the room, barely able to walk. That video went viral. It confirmed Ross's story and opened the floodgates. More witnesses came forward. More artists spoke out. Some admitted they'd been scared for years, terrified no one would believe them. But Ross's courage gave them strength. Suddenly, Diddy wasn't untouchable anymore. Court documents revealed his legal team scrambling, trying to stop subpoenas, filing motions to delay, begging for protective orders. But none of it worked. The judge ruled Ross's testimony would be heard. The trial was on, and when Ross took the stand, he didn't hold back. He painted the scene in vivid detail, the eerie vibe, the pressure in the air, the moment he smelled the drink and knew something was wrong, and the look on Diddy's face when Ross refused to play along. The jury leaned in. The judge listened carefully. The world was watching. And outside the courtroom, Diddy's empire began to collapse. Endorsements gone, catalog sales plummeting, business partners cutting ties, streaming platforms quietly pulling interviews and documentaries. Even Revolt, Diddy's own company, scrubbed his name from their communications. Industry friends went silent. Usher, nowhere to be found. No one wanted to be next. Investigators used Ross's testimony as their blueprint, tracking down former party planners, drivers, caterers, assistants, and each one added more fuel to the fire. One assistant admitted there were special drinks made just for VIP guests. Deal. Drinks she was told never to taste and never to ask questions about. Another witness said she once saw a young guest collapse mid-conversation, then get rushed upstairs by security, never to return to the party. But the most damning evidence came from a raid on Diddy's private office. Inside, investigators found a notebook, and in it, a chilling line scribbled in Diddy's handwriting: "Control the night, control the memory." There were no names, no dates, no context, but paired with Ross's testimony, it was devastating. The prosecutor hammered that note in court. Combined with the timeline Ross provided, the case was airtight. Diddy was running out of options. And then came the twist. During cross-examination, Diddy's lawyer tried to flip the narrative, claiming Ross had no proof. But Ross stayed calm and dropped the bombshell. He had kept the original cup, untouched, sealed, locked in a safe. When it was handed to investigators, lab results confirmed everyone's worst fear. It contained traces of a drug used to confuse and disorient its victim. The courtroom went silent. Diddy's lawyers had no response. Ross sat there, calm, almost relieved, like a man who knew justice had finally caught up. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed him. Ross didn't say much, just one powerful line: "I did what had to be done." That sentence became the headline everywhere. And as the trial moved forward, Diddy lost everything: credibility, business deals, respect from the industry he once ruled. Civil lawsuits piled up, class actions followed, producers broke contracts, investors backed out, and the list of witnesses kept growing, all because Rick Ross refused to stay silent. What started as one night at a private party turned into a national scandal, and the man who once thought he was untouchable was now facing the cold hand of justice. Ross walked away. With his head high, his name cleared, and a message to everyone watching: the truth always comes out. Diddy tried to trap Rick Ross in silence, but now he's the one trapped in courtrooms, trapped in headlines, trapped in a past he can't escape. Every move he makes is under a microscope. Every document, every witness, every piece of evidence is tearing down the empire he built. And Ross, he's become a symbol. Proof that even the biggest names can't outrun the truth forever. Fans call him brave, industry insiders call him dangerous, but Ross just calls it justice. And as the case moves forward, one thing is clear. The days of silence are over. The secrets that once stayed locked behind mansion doors are spilling out for the whole world to see. Diddy thought he could control the night. He thought he could control the memory. But now, the memory is what's destroying him. And Rick Ross? He walks away knowing he didn't just save himself. He might have saved the next generation of artists too. Because when one man dares to speak the truth, it forces the whole industry to listen.